So, today we're talking about something pretty revolutionary. What if a student could learn anything they wanted completely on their own? We're diving into a platform called BrainSpark that claims it can do just that, enabling true independent learning.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the big idea behind this whole self-learning revolution. Then, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the BrainSpark study loop. That's the real engine here. After that, we'll look at the science behind why it actually works, see how it stacks up against old-school learning, and wrap up with what all this means for students today.
Okay, so let's just jump right into the core question. What if students could genuinely learn, from scratch, all by themselves? Exactly. And we're not just talking about being alone in a room with a textbook. We're talking about them owning the entire process. They choose what to learn, they decide when to learn it, and they track their own success. It's a total shift in control.
And BrainSpark pulls this off with 5 key features. First up, you've got AI-generated content that can whip up a full lesson in just 3 seconds. Everything is fully self-paced, so no rushing. And get this, no teacher is even required. It's available 24/7, so you can study at 2 a.m. if you want. Plus, the learning path is totally personalized just for you.
Okay, let's make this real. Meet Kirthika. She's got a huge exam on machine learning basics coming up. Now, normally, she'd be scrambling for notes, right? Hunting through textbooks, watching a million videos. But with BrainSpark, she just types in the topic.
And this is where the magic happens. In literally 3 seconds, count it, 1, 2, 3, the AI spits out a complete ready-to-go study guide. That kind of speed completely changes the equation for someone trying to learn on their own.
All right, so Kirthika has her materials. Now what? She enters what's called the BrainSpark study loop. This is the core engine of the whole platform. Yep, and it's this brilliant 6-step cycle that blends learning with instant feedback. Let's walk through exactly how it works. First thing, step 1. She picks a neuron, which is just a fancy word for a single topic she wants to tackle. It's all on her, no assignments, just her own curiosity leading the way. Okay, step 2. She hits study, and a timer kicks in. This isn't just for show. It's designed to build focus. That's a skill you absolutely need if you're going to learn independently. And there's real science here. Studies actually show that these short time sessions can boost how much you remember by up to 25%. So it's not just a gimmick. All right, step 3 is huge. This is the self-rating part. After the timer goes off, she has to ask herself, okay, how well did I actually understand that? And she picks a rating. Nobody's grading her. It's a completely honest self-check. And that rating immediately feeds into the system. For step 4, an algorithm calculates her new knowledge strength. It uses this formula you see here. It takes 30% of her old score and adds it to 70% of her new rating. Boom, instant progress update. That new score is the key for step 5, the review schedule. It's all based on a proven concept called spaced repetition. So if her strength is low, say below 30%, the system tells her to review it tomorrow. But, and this is so cool, if she's got a good handle on it, maybe above 70%, it might not pop up for a whole week. It's all about reviewing stuff right before you'd naturally forget it.
And finally, step 6 closes the loop. It's all about that instant gratification. Her dashboard immediately updates. Her study streak goes up. She can literally see the colors on her brain map change. It's that kind of visual feedback that makes you want to keep going.
Okay, so that's the how. We've walked through the loop. Now let's get into the why. What's the science that makes this whole thing tick? You know, the real magic here is in that self-rating step. Students aren't just memorizing facts. They're actually learning how to learn. They're getting better at judging their own understanding, which is like a learning superpower. And the numbers are pretty staggering. Research shows that this kind of active self-assessment, actually stopping and thinking about what you know, can boost long-term memory by up to 50% compared to just passively rereading your notes. That's a massive difference. Now let's go back to that formula for a second. The weighting, 70% new rating, 30% old strength, is deliberate. The 70% is there to heavily reward the effort you just put in. Right, but that 30% from your old score is also super important. It means you can't just have one good day and ace everything. It builds in consistency so the progress feels real and earned, not just like a fluke. And this chart right here says it all. This is the power of spaced repetition. The bar on the left shows what normally happens. We forget most of what we learn pretty fast. It's called the forgetting curve. But the bar on the right shows what happens when you use smart timed reviews. You can flip retention from just 30% to over 90%. It's a total game changer for memory. So, you take the tech, you add the science, and what do you get? A completely new way of thinking about learning. Let's put it head-to-head with the traditional classroom model to really see the difference.
Okay, let's do this. Traditional learning. Content comes from a teacher on their schedule. With BrainSpark, AI generates it for you, instantly. In school, you have to show up at a specific time. Here, it's 24/7, learning on your terms. Getting feedback? You have to wait for your teacher to grade stuff. With BrainSpark, you evaluate yourself right after you study, an instant feedback loop. And the pace? In a classroom, everyone goes at the same speed. This system creates a path just for you. It even finds your weak spots automatically and tells you to work on them. It really just flips the script on motivation. Instead of working for a grade, you're motivated by seeing yourself get smarter. It's internal, not external. So at the end of the day, a tool like this is about so much more than just learning facts for a test. It's about fundamentally changing the power dynamic for students.
I mean, think about it. It takes learning, which can feel so messy and overwhelming, and turns it into this clear, manageable journey. It gives students the tools to actually truly own their education. And that really leaves us with one big question to chew on. If we can empower every single student to be the architect of their own learning journey, well, what could they possibly achieve? What are the limits? Maybe there aren't any.